Dragon's Dogma on the PC. I found someplace new. There's always something new to see here in Dragon's Dogma, it appears. I marked this waypoint because that's how I got here. I dropped from this cliff up there. There was a treasure chest there with nothing of import. It was just some crappy armor I didn't want. Right up there. In fact, let me go over here. Yeah, I dropped down here. That's where the treasure chest is, right up there above Ton's head. We dropped down. I don't think I can get back up, can I? Nope, it's one way, dudes. But there was a Cyclops down there, and I seem to have angered him. I brought him closer to us. He's pretty easy to wipe out, actually, see? But in the meantime, I'll just hop over here and see what's here. Because this is a brand new area for me. So far, it's just some green warish and a Cyclops. This is a long way around? Yeah, this looks familiar, actually. I know, some mining over there. Some mining on that cliff that I dropped down. Yeah, here we go. Okay, now I know where I am. That was just a back way around. So it's a one-way drop down here, but you can come back here if you have to. See, I learned something. Yeah, some stuff over. I can come back and visit this later. Because I remember this is one of the first areas I visited in the base game. Ooh. Money. There are a lot of grand grapes here, as I recall. Poison arrows. Boo. So, yeah. And what's down there? Yeah, I think I slid down here. See what was down. I think I died. I'm trying to remember if I died here. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, I'm dead. Nope, not dead. I'm not dead. I think we're good. They're probably going to die, though. Yeah, this is just me. I'm going to kill myself and then go back to the save point. We'll be fine. That's why I saved there, in case I found something new and I wanted to come back to it. Without having to take a hit in the nuts. Oh, yeah, what do those guys want? Those aren't Saurians. That one's down. There we go. So that's what they were. There are harpies over here by the Cyclops. He dropped a few. Let me see if I can get anything. Not that it matters. I said I was going to kill myself here and see what's going on. Oh, the Cyclops went up here. I'll explore down that waterway in just a second. Where is he? His bone should be around here somewhere. Oh man, he didn't, no tusks. Why not that? I don't really need any more tusks. Who am I kidding? I really don't need any more tusks. Blah blah, you already went that way. Okay, what do you call this? The Cobalt Coast? Yeah, the Cobalt Coast. Mountain Way Castle. Okay, I was the other way in. So that explains all this other area I haven't visited yet. Can't go that way. Whoops. Slow down a bit. Free roll. Yeah, I said I was going to kill myself, so let's see what else is down here. Ooh, fish. Well, I thought there were fish. Might just been a rock. Let's see what all this is about. Nope, can't go anywhere this way. Can I go underneath that thing? Probably not. Nope. Total garbage. Too late. Well, there are fish here. No giant fish. Nope, just tiny fish. Boo. Garbage. Well, that was a complete and utter waste of time. But now I know there's an ogre down there. So I'll go back to where I was. Because I said I was going to at least inspect that treasure chest. I wanted to see how to get back there. That other quest item, that token item, I want to see where that is. That treasure chest probably isn't a big deal. I know how to get back. Actually, that's a one-way. So if I'm gonna go get that treasure chest, that means I gotta go back all the way up around. I understand. That's why I'm here. I'm exploring. Just a tiny bit. This is why your boy can't stop playing this game. I always get distracted by stuff I want to keep doing. I'll give them credit. They're parceling stuff out, and it's in a lot of the nooks and crannies of this game. Some places you only want to visit once. But they do a decent job of kind of making other areas worth exploring. Yeah, that's that other place I went to. Is there another way around? Yeah, I eventually have to go down. So that's where the treasure chest is. So that's ultimately where I need to be. Ugh. Can I slide down? Yeah, it doesn't look very comforting. And I can't get on the top of those rocks. There are invisible walls here that keep me from getting to the top of those rocks. So just keep that in mind. There is a way to slide down there. Because I know I did it earlier. It's probably safer to just take the long way around. If I were a speedrunner, I'd make a big deal out of that, but I'm not. Here we go. Yep, we're going down. Whoops. Yeah. Path diverges in a yellow wood or whatever. Wait, is that a treasure chest? Uh-oh. Time to rock. Sit down, son. Okay, where did I say I was going? Am I going the right way? I hope I'm going the right way. That might be the other problem. Probably should have just taken the big drop. Quests. Saurian's Nest, they're inside Cassardis. I'll come back to that. That'll be easy. Badge of Vows. Yeah, this one right here is never going to show up. I give up. I'm not even going to worry about that. Undead Warriors. Saurians are going to be in the well. Phantasms are at night. Giant bats are in the caverns. I got 47 of the bugles. I don't know where the snakeskin is, because none of the snakes I kill give me any purses. This is never going to I have to read an FAQ to figure out how to get that Seeking Salvation quest to load, because it's driving me up the freaking wall. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yeah, more money. Trust me. One thing I don't need is more money. Wipe that out. Yeah, we're going right around here, I'd say. Yep. And we're going to that other quest. What's it called? That one? That one. Supposed to choose it, actually. There we go. So I'm going down here, right near the Mountain Way Castle. Not sure if there's a quick way to get there. We'll find out in a second. Water God's Altar. I don't need to go there. Yeah, that should have taken that big drop. By the way, over by the waypoint here, there was a treasure chest above that. Here it is. There it is. Wow, how did I... Snuck up on me, didn't it? But this is where I was trying to go. I literally did not know I was already here. So that was good. There's a way to slide down here to get that treasure chest. I'm not sure what it is. Because I survived, I think, once. Slide. Yeah, I'm good. I'm not dead. Boo! A shoulder cape. God, such worthless crap. I swear to God. See, look at this. That's it. That's all I get. Stinking cape. We'll give it to Tawn. She's not going to be able to wear it either. See, look at that. Actually, that's not a... Well, 30... That's not even a 3% strength boost. What's 10... 10% is 1,100. That's like a 3% boost. Boo. I'll wear it. Because everything else goes up a little bit. Debilitation doesn't seem to... These debilitation resistances you see on the bottom of the screen, or they're on the... You're next to the right of Taun. Those debilitation resistances you see right there, I want to say they're completely and utterly worthless. Just completely worthless. I have never been in a situation where my inability to reflect or absorb a particular elemental form of damage, like an elemental damage or something. I never needed poison resistance. I've never needed any of this crap. I have no idea why the game makes such a big fuss about it. It gives me almost zero benefit in this game. Maybe in the Bitter Black Isle that'll matter. I have never been in a combat situation where my inability to get a certain buff prevented me from winning that combat. Ever. So if you're the kind of person who min-maxes and you sweat this crap, just don't. Just don't. Like all the stagger resistance, whatever. Just don't. See, look at that. Skill stifling. Resistance to certain kinds of things. I'm just wearing this stuff. But it's not like I've ever felt... Again, I've never had to go through my inventory and say, okay, I need a particular build that will give me resistance to a certain kind of enemy. Where I need a particular build or a particular pawn that will give my weapons a specific kind of affinity. That has never happened ever in the 30 or 40 hours I played this game. If you've seen any of my videos, I have never taken off a piece of clothing or de-equipped a particular item so that I can fight a particular enemy. I have literally never done it. Ever. So I feel safe in saying, I don't want to say it's worthless, but if you want to make progress in this game, your progress will not be impeded by your inability to build. It's not unimportant. It just really doesn't matter unless you're playing a certain kind of way. And I want to say that optimal builds matter, but I have yet to come across a build in this game that was so suboptimal that it actually was a liability for me. Maybe equipping, if you just follow the numbers and you'll be fine so far as I'm concerned. And equip. More garbage, right? Yep. I can't wear two of these either. Give it to Taun. She already has one. She can't wear another one, so completely worthless. A complete and utter waste of time. I would reload the save, but I'm not in the mood. Okay, I can't get back up here, can I? Nope, it's a one-way. But we can mine. I just want to see if I can get to that thing on whatchamacallit. Okay, we're at that copper ore. I want to say is completely worthless. I try to combine. I put it in storage. I have like 98 ore thingies. Wait, is it already dead? No, he's just sleeping. He's just chilling. I have 93 of those things, and I can't build one useful item with them. I can't reach them. It says I can reach them, but I can't reach them. Guess he's too far. Once I loose the arrows, I can't reach it. I did some damage. They're bathing. Okay, we'll come back to that if we have to. There we go. So, as I'm reviewing all the mechanics in this game, the only mechanics that really matter, so far as I'm concerned, is the combat. Your ability to choose particular skills, your ability to perform certain commands during combat, your ability to abuse the geography to your advantage. That is a meaningful mechanic in this game. Most of the mechanics in this game are just dead numbers as far as I'm concerned. Min-maxing, well, I'd say a 10 or a 20% improvement to a particular weapon seems to matter. But tactics, I would argue, matter way more than minor upgrades and min-maxing. In fact, the only thing I really care about in this game is strength, which is how much, basically what weapons are the strongest weapons I have, and what skills will I use based on the vocation that I've chosen. Vocation does matter in this game. because that determines the skills you learn, that determines the weapons you're able to wield, which in turn determines certain strategies like this. If I was a Strider, I could sort of aim for this guy's head, but the problem is that so I can take out some enemies at a distance, but it's kind of a liability because it's kind of hard to aim those weapons. And he's down. Wow. Totally wiped him out. So these Cyclopses are no problem at this point of the game, I'd say. You saw me single-handedly just take one down with no help from my, with no elemental improvements either. That's saying something right there. Didn't need any elemental help from my mage. Yup, wait, Harpy. Guess he wants his grub. Oops. I don't like fighting these guys on a cliffside, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think the game actually forces you down a cliff. Yeah, I think he dropped. Yeah, you can knock guys off cliffs if you kick them off. Yeah, it's not going to be very strong. Yeah, 4 of these will bring him down, so that's no problem. But again, once you're a magic archer, you can do lots of fun stuff. Because these homing arrows are really super handy. So it means you get to spend a lot less time pointing and shooting. So this is actually a console-friendly item. I'm using a game. I've been playing this entire game with a gamepad. You can ignore all the prompts for keyboards or mice prompts. That's just me accidentally knocking over my keyboard, I guess. But I'm playing with a gamepad, and it's completely manageable. In fact, I prefer it. Again, because in an action game like this, my ability to dodge and weave, duck and dodge actually matters. So I liked being able to have this level of control over my characters. And I wish that more open world games had combat this invigorating. I mean, it's legit invigorating. I will get into combat with most enemies who aren't really low level, and I will say to myself, okay, this is going to be fun. What strategies will I use to get past these tiny mobs right here? They're not terrible. If I get into a battle with some armed rogues, are they going to cause me trouble? Who should I take out first? Can I hang on these rocks? And the AI actually bites back a little bit. If you hang up on these rocks, these guys will chase you. Most of the time. They will see, like right here. He's chasing me up this cliff. He's not going to let me just stay here. This is not Skyrim. The enemies are smart enough to use the geography too. So they will chase after you, and they will... My very first videos were about bandits chasing me down on these rocks. I was trying to shoot at them from a distance, what I thought was a safe distance. They ran around the rocks and hunted me down. They shot me down. The archers would shoot at me from these rocks. So they made me work for it. And it's a credit to the developers. They went through the trouble of actually making the combat legit. Not just, a bunch of exploits that you could, just use to abuse regular enemies. I mean, you actually have to deal with enemies that are smart enough to, most of the time, deal with your exploits. I was fighting a few ogres, as I mentioned before. The ogres are smart enough to jump on the blocks. They were smart enough to jump up the stairs. So my strategy was to kind of lure him into a vulnerable position on those stairs so I can get around him. And again, that strategy actually works in this game. So this is the sort of thing that I think makes the combat a lot more entertaining. And I'm glad they actually went through the trouble of playtesting it. Because it takes a lot of practice to make the AI competent enough to do that. So I'm thrilled they did it. Thrilled to death they actually made the combat that worthwhile. And now with the extra port crystals and the Eternal Fairy Stone, I don't know when I got it, but the Eternal Fairy Stone is a massive help. Oh my god, it makes regular combat that much less annoying, because you don't have to worry as much about dying and the punishments you get for dying and having to go back a long distance. In Skyrim, there were instances where if a dragon showed up, spawned out of nowhere, you were kind of hosed. You can't fast travel during combat. And you might spend maybe 20 minutes trying to kind of make it either run away or kind of fend it off. I kind of exploited that, actually, because there was a There's a cheat in that game where if you don't follow the main quest, you don't complete one of the first quests in the game, you can explore the entire world without running into a single dragon. And I found that out by accident. When I do my Skyrim sort of playthrough, I'll show you how I did that. Because I'm basically just going to ignore one quest early in the game and never fight another dragon ever again. Like, basically, I'll go to the dragon lairs, the dragon caves, and the dragon lairs, and the dragon stones. They won't be guarded by dragons. They'll be guarded by other stuff. In this game, it's probably fair to note there aren't that many dragons here. You'll face one early on, but last I checked, I haven't seen a single quest that required me to kill a dragon. I think there are these mini dragons called drakes. I haven't faced one yet. Over near the Great Wall, I think there's supposed to be a drake up there, like right around here. But I haven't been able to trigger it. I just explored there on my own, and nothing happened. In fact, what are the other quests that I need to worry about? I think I need to see the Duke. Yeah, those Wormfire quests, because I don't think I ever got a quest that required me to do that. I guess that's why the guy was telling me, you know, do you want to see the Duke? Are you done with all the other crap you want to do? Maybe that's what that was about. Maybe it was about seeing the Duke. But one thing I still haven't done yet is visit that area over there. In fact, I'm pointing over there right now. That is, I don't think it's Blood Beach. It's something else. Let me go to that map. Maybe I'm not supposed to see that. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be over here beyond the bay. So right here where I got hosed by those guys, I'm going to go back there when I do my next playthrough. And I'm going to have to fight those guys off because they killed me several times. So that's a little funnel. And of course, they won't let me in here. Oh, look at that. That's cute. Maybe that's more a DLC. I'll find out. So that place is new, but I couldn't go here yet because they sealed it off. Same here with the Great Wall. Sealed it off. And this, not the tower, the man's right here. They sealed that off too. Don't know why. Every time I go there, they won't let me in. So I'll figure out what's going on with that. So I'll save this. And I'll eventually make my way back around. In fact, I probably won't even worry about it. I'll probably just end the video here. I'll do that. Don't worry. I'll end the video pretty soon. Is that Grand Soren over there? Yeah, I think that's Grand Soren. Okay. So I think I found pretty much everything I need. Lots of low-level enemies here I don't have to worry about. Ooh. See, skull's completely worthless. So yeah, you'll spend a lot of time trying to figure out what kind of stuff you want to... I'm throwing a lot of stuff in storage. I figure I might need it later, but... And thankfully the game gives you plenty of storage. It's not like Skyrim where you have to manage your stuff between 4 or 5 different treasure chests just to organize it. The organization here is much better, and you don't need a mod to do item organization for your storage. But I think there will be some mods later that fix the other problems, like, you know, like an unequip all would be nice. A button where you can just empty all your materials and just send them all to storage would be nice. You know, but hey, that's just me. Minor quality of life improvements that'll make inventory management a lot more meaningful. Wait, what? There they are. Just a second. I'll get to that. Yeah, these branches. Yeah, again, I don't need arrows. I don't need special arrows, so I don't really see the point. Maybe early in the game if you don't have magic archers, or maybe that's useful, but no, I don't get it. And as you might have noticed, well, I'm recording this video at 30 FPS. I've only noticed maybe a couple of instances for like 4 or 5 seconds in this entire playthrough where the frame rate dipped anywhere below 50. In fact, I don't think it was ever below 60. I set it at 60, I locked it to 60, and it's perfectly fine. I think some people were playing at 120. The title screen whizzes by at 120. Not a concern whatsoever. Okay, yeah, there's no quick way here. Darn it. So I'm going to have to go back around, huh? Well, so, in conclusion, I'll go review the quest one more time. On the map. These are the places I need to visit for more experience and tokens. And those tokens just going into storage anyway. They're quest items. Most of these quests here are about killing individual items. See, these are hidden in Grand Soren. Don't get me started on that. That's a waypoint I tried to get to and died visiting. I'll worry about that later. Deeper Trouble is inside Cassardis. There are Saurians here. I'll complete that mission later. It's an easy mission to pick up and play. That's like an after-work mission. And when I'm done with combat, I can do those other quests about the tokens and crap. For instance, Saurian Nest, easy. These are going to be a pain in the butt. This, I'm just going to find it eventually at some point down the line. I don't know. I'll visit the notice boards in Grand Soren, see if there are any other quests here I need. Because these different sky quests are in the Pawn Guild. So if I wanted more, I'll just get more. But these are just for experience, basically. Yeah, these are for experience and some rift clusters and crap, whatever. Reward, Burden of Proof. You haven't seen a single golem yet. Yeah. I haven't seen a single. They must be way off in the east of here. Saurians, again, they should be underneath the well. I need to come back at night to complete this quest. It should be easy enough. Phantasms are at night. I know where they are. They're over by the hill figure knoll. Out where the cipher is. In fact, yeah, that's where they were. They say they're in West Grancis, but I'm pretty sure they're over by the hill figure knoll. Or maybe they're not phantasms. Maybe they're just ghosts. Bats are in the caves. Maybe they're in the Soulflayer Canyon. I'll do that later. Waypoint markers. Where are these? Yeah, these are fine. It's just a regular, see the sea kind of quest. Soul Taker, I have no idea what that is. But these War Bugles, I don't know how I found these, but they really are heavy. The Golden Bastard. Well, good luck getting a snakeskin purse. I think I have 6 of these Seekers tokens. I don't know where I got them. Because these are badges. I need Seekers tokens. I don't remember where they are. But they're all over the place, and they're annoying as crap to find. I think I had to stumble on them. Maybe they're in Bitter Black. I don't know. I have 1 giant fish. This is going to annoy me at all end. Maybe I need to fish with a fishing bob. And I haven't fished yet. I'm not going to until season 2, so don't worry about it. I haven't seen a single bay leaf. Maybe they'll show up later. That's in Bitter Black. That quest is never going to spawn. It's in Grand Soren. It's never going to spawn. Rabbits are outside of Cassardis. I'll do that later. These can be anywhere undead. I'll do those later. Macabre. That's in Bitter Black. And this, I have no idea what it's about. Maybe I get one from Bitter Black. I have no idea. On the map. Yeah, Dripstone Cave is where the, what do you call them? The lizard men will be. Unusual beach might have some more fish. I doubt it. There's an extra beach over here in Cassardis I'm not going to worry about. This encampment might have some quests on the notice board here. There's a training ground here I can't use, but never mind. Dripstone Cave rear passage. That's where the Saurians dumped me. So I can probably just go here, but it's quicker to just go into Cassardis and just take a long way in. Witchwood, I think I'm done with. I unfogged most of it, and I found both entrances, because there's another exit over here that dumps you out right there, right where my finger is, right around there. It's a one-way, but it dumps you out right there, so that's the north exit. The regular exit's right here, but like I said, it's a one-way. That's the regular entrance and exit. I completed the quest where I got the bandit leader to give me his thingamawhatchamacallit to establish our trust. And then I killed him and took his money and his grimoire. So, but the bandits didn't seem to bother me because I earned their trust. They trusted me to kill their leader and I guess keep the rest of them alive. I'll come back to this other crap later. I'll finish up this area later. There might be some quests or some escort quests I need to do. Which means eventually I'm going to have to drag this port crystal out here. Because I don't know of anything else I really need to do here in the shadow for it. So I'll drag this closer to the rest, somewhere between the rest camp and the ancient quarry. I'll just maybe I'll dump it right here on the roof. So I can explore these areas more often. And I'll use this, if I need to see if there's a quicker way to get north of here. But I have a port crystal, so I don't really need this crap. In fact, that's where it dumps me, between here and here. So it just takes me underneath all this crap. And I can just use this to get back to the Abbey. But I don't really need to go back to the Abbey. So I got to drag this port crystal up here. Eventually, if I need to explore over here, I'll just do a one-time traveler's mission to get over here. And I'll probably visit the Soulflare Canyon later. So there's plenty to do in Season 2. So, in fact, this is probably going to be the next big thing I do. Getting past this area and seeing what's over here. So what lies beyond the Hills of Mordor or whatever. We'll figure that out in Season 2. This video's gone on for a while, but like I said, sort of a post-mortem. I explained a lot in this video. I'll go back to Bitter Black. My God, Bitter Black was so much fun. I must go back to Bitter Black. That'll be a title of the video, I'm sure. But thanks for hanging out with me so far in Season 1. It's been a blast for me. This is the first video I've done in 720p. You see the settings here that I use. I capped the frame rate. Variable. Ugh, who wants that? VSync was off, as you probably noticed. Like I said, I'm stuck at 60. I kept the settings here low to hopefully make the videos look better in motion, because there's a lot of jostling around going on in these videos when I'm in combat. I'll keep these in mind for later. Later videos I think will look a lot better because I'll have a better grasp on what these features do and which ones I need. I kept the detail low because, again, I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing without having to worry about a lot of flickering and a lot of pixelation on the videos that YouTube eventually puts up. My raw videos look great, but when I put it on YouTube, it destroys it. So in the meantime, this is, I think, will give me the best looking video at this resolution. Perhaps later I'll try some 1080p. In fact, I'll probably muck around with 1080p in the Bitter Black Isle. But for now, I'm doing 720p to keep my to keep my system steady. This game's not very demanding graphically. It's got, like I said, it's a previous generation game basically. It's a PS3 game that's been with the resolution turned up. But it turned out to be a decent PC port and didn't give me any problems whatsoever after 40 hours of play. I'm using a very unstable system, but I have my Radeon 460 and it's been running like a dream. It's allowed me to record this game along with a MSI Afterburner at a very high resolution with a very good bit rate with no issues whatsoever. Just Cause 2 gave me more problems than this game did recording. So that's saying a lot right there, I think. Maybe it's the hard drive that's giving me trouble. But again, next time I'll probably see if I can record some in 60 FPS for you, just as a thank you for sticking by me in all this, because this is practice for me. And again, maybe I'll crank up the resolution if I can, with the detail low, but hey. You didn't get to hear any music in this game. There's not a lot of music in this game. I'll talk about music offline. Music's not that notable. History. Let me see what I got here in the history. Pawn message log, whatever. Tutorial logs. Pawns used. Yes, we must bid adieu to Onyx. That must have been one of my favorites. But obviously, you can't forget Tyrone. Time travel with you. Oh, this is gonna say a lot about my stats, isn't it? Actually, don't I have general? Yeah, here we go. Adventure log. That's what you guys need to see. I'm gonna keep playing this game. I'm probably gonna go 60. I'm gonna probably go 60 hours with this game. So that says a lot right there. I genuinely have enjoyed nearly 35 of these hours. That's saying something, and that's after playing the base game. So this game has stood the test of time. Not a lot of downtime either. So kudos to this game. Rift crystals obtained. Times taken by the brine. Yeah, whatever. Times completed game. What's not gonna happen, is it? I'm not a completionist. Pawns hired. Males, females. Times main pawn was hired. I guess you can get rid of them eventually. Yeah, vocation changes. Pawns aided. Yeah, because they died a lot. Time spent with males and females. Haha. Gifts given. People with maximum. We'll work on that. But I took some escort quests, and that's what matters. Times arisen's bond given. Whatever. Player. Maximum damage. Now it's probably one of those bosses, ogres and crap. Total damage dealt. What purpose could that possibly serve? That's the total experience earned. That's an interesting stat, I guess. Number of vocation changes, 2. And yeah, I died a bit. And no death run's going to be kind of hard in this game. Core skills learned. Times imprisoned. That's right, I didn't kill anybody. I didn't kill any citizens. Although those guys I accidentally slashed, Probably could have given me a bit of trouble. Weapon skills learned. Some of these I wish I hadn't learned, but so far I think the most important ones are going to be the biting wind, the cutting wind. Scarlet Kisses was a main for most of the game. Sunburst and Ascension I never use. I'm never going to use that again. 6 Bolt, that was pretty handy. Hunters turned out to be extremely handy. Augments learned, yeah, whatever. Inventory. Types of weapons obtained, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what those question marks mean, we'll find out. Times items combined. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that, because I didn't make much of a log, but I did a lot more with the Crimson concoctions and the Cerulean concoctions. We'll see how that goes. Harvest. Yeah. Excavations with mining. Flask filled, I don't care about that. In state, I probably won't need it because I have the Bitter Black Isle. Locations discovered, chests looted. Can't believe it's only been 204. But locations discovered, does that include all the little banners that I found along the way? Like, you know, the opiate, the den of that creature and the Great Wall. Maybe that's a location discovered, I don't know. Quests completed. I've completed 30 notice board quests. I don't know what the difference is between total quests completed and regular quests completed. Let's go to the details. Cleared quests. Oh, that tells me the time they were completed. And those are the, oh, you can see the pawns I used. That's cute. Where's Tyrone? Did I complete anything with Tyrone? Oh, it tells me the date I completed it. That's actually quite amusing. That's a lot of fun. Are these in alphabetical order of some sort? I don't think I completed any quest with Tyrone. I think I just went with him into the bitter black, to the bitter end, to the bitter black end. So this was pretty. This is actually a pretty interesting little log here. Enemies slain. Yeah, of course. Hobgoblins, goblins, hobgoblins, saurians, sulfur saurians, not regular saurians. So the sulfur saurians were the ones I thought I was killing for that saurians mission, and I didn't. But there'll be more down the well as we send our haters down the well. Undead, stout undead, whatever that means. Giant undead. Wow, actually killed some. Cyclops. Yeah, Cyclops. That's cute. Ogres, harpies, snow harpies, phantasms. Yeah, I got 3 of those. Of course, they took one of my pawns earlier because they possessed her and dragged her to hell. That was a fun video. Well, the ending for a video, anyway. Wargs. Yeah, they're inside bitter black. Chimeras. I actually got 6 of them. Some are easier than others, of course. Rabbits. I need one more. Giant bats, as opposed to regular bats, I guess. Deer, ox, and rats. Yeah, whatever. Humans. Oh, yeah, bandits. Yeah.